Hello.
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 There is a missing voice here with us this week. We are one less kappa, unfortunately,
Yeah.
but me and Jay are here.
Hello.
We've got some news from the week, and we're going to talk.
We are going to talk.
That's what a podcast is.
Yes.
Welcome to this week. We're halfway through July, and in the last week, what's happened?
Nothing, pretty
Fuck
much.
all.
Yeah, fuck all. Nintendo is still dicks.
Yeah.
This is a very random thing to bring up first, but obviously bringing out a new Switch model.
Yeah.
Stuff. New Joy-Cons. Have they addressed the Joy-Con drift? No, they haven't.
No.
I cannot remember the name of the article or whatever who was interviewing them, but they were like, you're receiving class action lawsuits right now over this Joy-Con drift. With the new Switch model, has that been addressed? And they basically were just like, no.
So, do you like the colour white?
Yeah, that's basically what they said. They're like, no, it's the same mechanisms, everything, just white, and that sucks because they're just dodging it.
Yeah.
I like. There's nothing wrong with transparency, I think.
I mean, you look at the Xbox 360 when that was blowing up when it first came out.
Mm.
It was a big problem, and that wasn't the controllers; that was the console itself.
Yeah.
And
they were
Microsoft
very
were we just fix them. We know they are all fucked, but
Obviously, the next model that came around, I think it was the Elite that came first, wasn't it? Just the black one.
I don't know the names. I just know big and white, small and black.
Yep, fair enough.
And then the Xbox One looking beast.
Obviously, and I think they either way they addressed it with the next model.
Built-in Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Not going to die. Still.
Yeah.
Microsoft's better than Nintendo. Fucking hell.
Yeah, never would I thought we'd hear.
Welcome to 2021. Anyway, so in the last week, gaming's done nothing. But what have we been doing? Well, you said last week to play Conker.
Yes, my favourite game of all time.
It was quite ironic because I went on to load the Xbox up to give it a go again, and I looked on the store quickly as I do because I knew the new Games of Gold were out, and right there, Conker Live and Reloaded, free for anyone who's got Xbox Live. So
is that the version you played for?
No, I downloaded it, but I didn't touch it.
Oh, okay. Oh, you played the original.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because ever since I got dev mode on my Xbox and everything accidentally deleted, I put the disc in for Rare Replay to download it all again. Yeah. Took it out thinking that it would still download, and it didn't, because I'm used to that happening with PlayStation, and then the Xbox was like, installation stopped. So I was like, sick. So I was like, fuck, I'll just re-download it now while I'm here, and then I'll play it. But yeah, so I've not played too much. I've been quite busy this week, but I gave it another little go.
Yeah.
I think in total I'll put about an hour into it, so it's not that much at all. But it is great. It's the kind of game that I would make myself.
Yeah.
In terms of gameplay and all that, it is an N64 platformer, and that's pretty much all you can say.
Yeah.
But the character in it and the charm and the humour, and it's great. I love it.
Yeah, man. I'm very glad you agree, because that's exactly it. That's exactly it. That's what makes the game what it is.
It's the definition of a cult classic. But I've been looking at it for so long, and I've heard so much about it, and people just talk about it all the time. And I'm like, I want to play that. And then I looked up how much it would cost me to play it on an N64, and I was like, maybe I'll get there in 70 years, but.
That's the big thing that stings about it.
But I got the Xbox One and I was like, okay, well, now that I've got this, Rare Replay is the first thing I want to buy, so I grabbed that straight away. And the first thing I did was play Conker, and I got about 20 minutes through it before I stopped playing for whatever reason. But yeah, no, it's great. I can't wait to finally finish it and then play Live and Reloaded.
Yeah, no,
because
cool.
they are basically two different games, aren't they?
They're
sort of.
Yeah. So obviously, as a young boy, I discovered Conker through the internet, and I was like, "Oh, this is like Banjo-Kazooie, but naughty for one for adults or whatever." And I was like, "I want to play this. I have an N64. I want to play this." Looked up the price, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna have 80 quid spare for this." But I then found out there was a remake of it on the original Xbox, which I also had, and that was only 20 quid at the time. So I was like, sweet, I'll get that. And yeah, it's got really subtle differences and like quite obvious ones as well. Obvious ones being with like the character designs and stuff. There's like a lot of changes, and like a lot more. Like they censor more swearing, which is weird.
For a game on the Xbox,
Yeah,
to be more censored than a game on the N64 was just mind blowing to me.
the thing with it is the multiplayer is the entire focus of the game. As much as you like may not realize, like the Bad Fur Day remake was like a bonus chucked in.
Yeah,
like the online multiplayer shooting stuff was like what was the main advertisement, and it's in all the marketing and stuff. But obviously, no one really vibed with that because we just want what Conker's good at.
Yeah.
We don't want what Microsoft wanted Rare to force their characters into.
I mean, that's what I mean. Like, it's not Conker isn't about the gameplay. Like, it all works and
the
it's all
gameplay
tight,
is really good.
but
yeah,
it's that's not what
you play it
Conker
for
is
the
about.
humor.
Yeah,
And just like what horrendous thing's gonna happen next.
But yeah. So it kind of reminds me of, like, every single console really has like one game that's a big cult classic that's gotten ridiculously expensive over the years because of that.
Yeah.
So that's definitely got to be like the N64's one. I would say it's like it would rival with Doshin the Giant, but that never came out here. So.
No, Sculptor's Cut Clay Fighters is also a huge one for 64 because that was only sold in Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And it's like a worse version of the game, which is funny as well. But it goes for like $200-$300, I think, like a crazy amount of money.
Yeah, like for the PS1, there's like Vib Ribbon, which is
how much is that? Is that a lot of money? I haven't
it's not the most amount, but I paid $55 for it, but I got a deal because I was following a listing. It was like one of the only listings where it was all complete and nice, but it was £75. So I was like, maybe I'll bite the bullet one day. And then 2 days after I got paid once, the seller was like, "I'll do it for $55 for you." And I was like, "Yeah, done."
Yeah, no, you just like
away.
you couldn't say no.
Yeah, exactly. But there's also like fucking Chibi Robo on the GameCube.
Yeah,
that game. I want it so bad, and it's not been re-released at all.
No, I know. It's like £200-300 on eBay.
Oh yeah.
Which is an insane amount of money.
I found it for $115. I was like, that is a bargain. And I thought about it. I was like, hang on.
Is it a bargain?
Like, it's cheaper than what other people are asking, but Jesus Christ.
No, I think you're better off just emulating it for the time being.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try.
Yeah.
Once I've got a graphics card and my PC's up, then I'll give it a go. I'll put like the shaders and stuff on the Dolphin emulator, and yeah, I'll finally get to Chibi Robo. But yeah, so what else have we been playing this week?
So I got my Nintendo Wii came.
Yeah, you got your Wii, didn't you?
I got my Wii finally, so I could dive into the big stack of games that I already had to just start testing them really to see if they even work and play. But I decided to test Smash Brothers first, so that turned into like 3 hours of testing, obviously because it's Smash Brothers. But also heavily underrated in the series, Donkey Kong Jungle Beat is like one of my.
That is one that I kind of want to play now.
You do, when I'm done with it and your Wii's up and running, I'll lend it to you because it's
banger.
It's even if you want to buy it, it's like a $5, man.
Yeah,
and it's cheap as fucking chicken feed, and it's so fun.
Because I saw the GameCube version. I never realised it was re-released on the Wii, but I was like, it's a really cool gimmick, but I don't think it's going to play that well. Apparently it does.
I've never played the original GameCube version either, but I've heard that it's like it plays really well.
But not only is it just like the GameCube game that you can play with a normal controller on the Wii, but it's also got extra content and stuff in it.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's definitely one that I'm looking at that I'll have to try. But I've never really played many of the Donkey Kong games.
Oh, okay.
I've played the first Donkey Kong Country because that's on the Nintendo Switch Online. So I've given most of those games a try just because they're there.
And they're the best of the best, man.
Yeah.
Like the first one and the second one, so good.
Like I'm playing. Well, I've played a bit. I need to finish Super Metroid and stuff like that. I've started.
Yeah, man. The backlog is just ever increasing.
But so far with the first Donkey Kong Country, I'm thinking it's really well made. But I'm not seeing the hype.
Yeah, You're not like maybe.
Is it just every other game's really bad or something? I'm just.
Well, like Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. In obviously, people have kind of turned their back on it, and nowadays they don't. It doesn't have a higher opinion, as high of an opinion regarded about it, and I feel that it is kind of justified because the game's fun, and there's nothing wrong with it aesthetically or how it functions, but like. Just like I like collecting stuff, but like when it's like, oh, I have to go back 20 minutes, change characters just to pick up these bananas. No, that's when it's like frustrating. But
the N64 was a weird time, and to be honest, with every game that I've played recently that's an N64 game, I really don't think anything's held up that well. The test of time has really been a bitch to the N64.
Yeah, sadly.
And especially because like some franchises, Nintendo was like, we can do 3D now, so do this in 3D, and the developers are like, to what? How? What?
Like it was kind of like the Wii U, I guess. Like with the Super Nintendo, they had Mario, Kirby, Yoshi, F-Zero. They had everyone had games, and then with the N64. They didn't.
There was so many droughts, and some of the games just did
completely
come out
ignored franchises. And I know obviously we got like Smash Brothers started. That's great. Obviously, look at how amazing Smash Brothers is doing today. But like,
if Rare didn't exist, the N64 would have died way earlier.
Yeah, they put out probably most of the library of the N64 that is still good to this day. It was probably made by Rare. Yeah.
I mean, like, I still don't even think the Rare games have held up that good, but at least they are good games.
That is a hot take.
GoldenEye is a good game, but that is horrible.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Why? Just like when you just look at the N64 controller and you're like, what the fuck?
What?
Yeah.
It's like, do you want to play this first-person fucking shooter with a fucking pitchfork? It's like, what?
Scorpion.
But so the Rare, like Diddy Kong Racing, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, to be honest.
That is such a good game.
I think that's sort of holding up well. Like that and Mario Kart 64, I think both are mechanically holding up well, but visually, what the fuck?
I feel like Diddy Kong visually, besides like Banjo's, besides a few of the character models, I feel like Diddy Kong Racing looks good aesthetically, but Mario Kart definitely not.
I'm not massive into Mario Kart anyway, but
no,
I still think like for the N64, for the first 3D Mario Kart game, they did it good.
Yeah, 100%. Like considering the tools they were working with, they were just like, nah, we're sticking to our cartridges.
God, they did so much wrong. That's topic for another day anyway.
Yeah, no, that is.
I could go on about the N64 era for so long, but yeah. So this week I've not really been playing too much. Just the standard like COD and Rocket League. Like every night. It's just I'm bored. I'm going to do this again. But I finished Spyro 3 on the Reignited trilogy because not finished. I completed because I'd already finished it, and I was like, yeah, I'll finish it. So I got the 117%, got the platinum trophy and everything. I was like, nice. So I gave Spyro 2 a shot for the first time ever.
Right. How are you feeling about it? Because you
it's
said
so weird.
Last week that you've never played it before.
Yeah, no. From what I might have played it, but like I literally cannot remember. And actually jumping into it, it all feels so new. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I've done like 3 of the worlds, and I like the cutscenes and all that they get before levels. I think that's really nice. But yeah, it's classic Spyro, but there's just different things to do and collect, and yeah, I like it.
Oh, that's good then.
So I'll finish that at some point, and yeah.
Once I finished 1, and like loved it. Like Spyro 1 is probably in like my top 10 games now. Like I cannot believe I missed out on it my entire life. Like I grew up with the PlayStation 1. and I never touched Spyro. Like, that's just always been mad to me. But yeah, and then I'd heard that like 2 was like kind of the weaker one. Like 3 was like the best of 1 and 2. So I played 3 first. I didn't get very far, but I was like, yeah, this is fun. But it just didn't click with me the way one did. But I will like to jump back in one day.
Yeah, when I was a youngin, I didn't realise that there was like multiple Spyros.
Yeah.
Because I remember at one point I had like Crash 1 and 3.
Yeah.
Didn't get to. It's weird because both the Spyro and Crash trilogies, 2 is the one that I played the least. But I had Crash 1 and 2, and I was like, these games are amazing. And then like Crash 3 had the demo for Spyro 1 that I discovered through a cheat book. So that was like the best day ever.
I bet it was.
But I was playing it, I was like, this is amazing. I was like, Mum, Spyro, give. So I got Spyro Year of the Dragon, not knowing it was Spyro 3, because it just says Spyro Year of the Dragon on like the box and that. So I assumed that was like the only Spyro. But I remember like, oh, this is different to the demo. But then I was like, oh, it was just a demo and all that. And then I realised Spyro 1 existed. I was like, huh? And I played through that and I really liked it, but I just preferred Spyro 3 because it's got so much more varied like.
It's got a hell of a lot more like light to it.
Yeah, but yeah, no, Spyro was a good one. Spyro 3, the Reignited trilogy is definitely the best way to experience.
Oh man,
all 3 of them.
Just the controls are so good.
Yeah,
like Spyro literally controls like a fucking dream, like a cat or something. Like he's so tight, but still like bouncy and like smooth. I don't know.
It's great.
It's so good.
It's great. But yeah, I've also been playing the Insane trilogy again.
Yeah.
Because it's the same as Spyro. I've got Platinum Trophy for 1 and 3. I did that like within a week of the launch. But 2, I finally finished, like completed it last year. Yeah. And now I've gone back to it and I'm doing the gold relics and I'm just getting the rest of the trophies now so I can get that Platinum 2. Because it's the only, well, I say that. I've Platinumed 1, 3 and CTR, so I just need to do 2 and 4.
Oh, lovely.
But yeah, so I'm just getting Platinum trophies for the retro remasters because my 8-year-old inner self is telling me I have to.
No, when I get my PS5, I'm gonna hop back into Crash and like try and play through 2 properly because it's the only one I've never like actually played through. Like as a kid, I remember like maybe as a kid, I don't know how old I was, but I remember like finishing Crash 1. I never 100%ed it, or like even got all the fucking box gems, but I like finished the game and was like, this was not as good as 3.
Yeah.
But 2 I've barely ever touched in my entire life.
I think the first time I finished and completed 2 was probably like when I was like 12, 13 on the PSP. Like I played it a lot as a kid, but I just didn't really do much on it. It's the same with like Toy Story 2. I played the fuck out of it, but most of my nostalgia lies in like the first 3 levels.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just because as a kid you just suck at games. You just never
pretty
get
much.
far in them. But yeah.
So state of play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened. I was going into it thinking this is probably going to suck, just because they said like it's third party and like indie focus, and I was like, that's just that. If they were going to be great third party and indie games, they wouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like they kind of knew that the audience was going to be kind of disappointed. That's why they explicitly stated that before it started.
It did feel like just everyone else has announced stuff, so we got to do something at some point.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't need to. I feel like they should have waited until they had like more first party stuff ready, and then did a big state of play. Just did it all together.
I feel like there is a big one coming very soon.
Yeah. But definitely before like the holiday season.
Oh yeah, like sort of. I think October we're going to get a massive one. But yeah, I like an idiot went in expecting the world.
Yeah.
If
just
you
hopeful eyes as usual.
if you were in last week's podcast, like we were going on, so maybe we'll get like Naughty Dog there, and maybe like Metal Gear Solid will finally get revealed. And
we were too hopeful.
Yeah,
we didn't get
way
nothing.
too. But I'm not completely disappointed.
No.
So it kicked off with Moss Book 2. which was a
I did
sequel
not
to a
expect
VR
that.
game.
That was a nice
Yeah.
surprise, to be honest.
That was like
That game is so cute.
I just remember I saw the mouse and I was like, oh.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
this.
Yeah, no.
And because they also said that they weren't going to focus on VR for this thing, for this state of play. So I was like, okay.
Well, that was a
So,
fucking lie.
like hardware and all that fair enough, but they didn't even announce if this new Moss game was going to be PS5 VR or PS4 VR.
No, they didn't say, did they?
Yeah, it was just come to PSVR. I was like, okay.
Which I think is their way of, because like, obviously as it stands, you need the PlayStation 4 equipment to do it on PS5, right?
Yeah, and you need to order in to use the camera for the VR. You have to like ring Sony up and tell them to send you this like adapter, so you can use it on PS5. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
So I might just have to do that so I can have a little rare collectible.
It's
like 20 years down the line, the kids will be like, "What's this, Dad?" I'm like, "Hello."
Still don't own a PS5. That's all you've got. It's the closest.
But yeah. So that was a big surprise.
Yeah, no.
I'm not annoyed. I don't know what I was going to say. Annoyed. I wish they would have shown off a bit more of the VR, considering the fact that they showed off the controllers in like a news article out of nowhere one day, and they're not showing anything in a state of play. But yeah, so I reckon that's going to be a launch title for the new PSVR.
Okay, 'cause they said there's like, I don't know if it's going to be called PSVR 2 or whatever, but they said there's the upgrade coming.
Yeah,
which is going to be obviously
the new controllers. As much as I love the balls of the Move controllers,
the squishy
dildo
heads.
The new controllers are very Oculusy.
I have not seen them. I didn't even know we were getting
them. Well, I'll show you a picture after this. But yeah, they are pretty much just Oculus VR controllers. So
I've heard they work really well.
Yeah, so I'm assuming there's going to be no camera involved, because if they're planning on putting out VR this early for the PS5,
yeah, of course they'll just track it.
Yeah, they'd have made a camera that does VR as well, which I mean they should have done if they were doing PS4 VR compatible.
Yeah,
but yeah, so maybe it's just going to be a complete its own thing. That it might just be its own thing, like its own system, rather than having to have a PS5.
Would you? Wow,
that's an interesting thought.
That's an interesting take.
I don't think they would do that, because their whole thing. I think the whole thing is like cheap, good VR.
Yeah,
and the reason it's cheap is because you also have to have a console. But now that sort of I've thought about this, it's all lining up to that could be the case. It's just going to be its own thing.
I feel like it's not like impossible, but I feel like they put out the thing for the console first, because they're just like, as it stands, they can't even get the fucking console out.
I was about to say, like,
so
there's like 10 PS5s out there,
and like I see them juggling, like, do we fix the PS5 first, or do we push out the stuff first, and like, so I feel like they should just get everything they're doing right now just out of the way, so they can solely focus on redoing the PS5, and then be like, is our VNR good enough to stand on its own?
I feel like if they're going to go the route of its own VR, I think it won't be too much of a dent on their PS5 stuff anyway, because like you look at the PS2 and the PS3 with the PSP, like the PS3 didn't sound too good, but the PSP is like one of the most remembered handhelds, and the PS2 is the best-selling console of all time. So instead of having a portable
PS3 did eventually
VR.
outsell the 360 as well.
Yeah,
just eventually.
And the Vita failed.
Yeah,
but that's not the point. But yeah, so if they're not doing handhelds anymore, it makes sense to still have another branch.
No, I totally agree.
So I think that they'd probably just wait until they've got the PS5 Slim model that's rumoured to be like in 2-3 years time, and then they'll be like, yeah, here's a new PS5, here's the VR, look at all this new PlayStation stuff, because enough people will probably have the original PS5 then that they'd want to buy the VR, and if you don't have a PS5, there's a shiny new model for you.
Yeah. I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting way to look at it. But yeah, so Moss Book 2, that looks like it's going to be good. The first one was pretty good.
Yeah.
What else did we have there?
Sifu is the only game that I like the look of.
There was a couple, because I live streamed it, and there was a couple of games where I was like, oh, this looks interesting, but
it's like
I've forgotten them all.
Yeah, it's because it's just like I don't actually want to play it. They look cool, and I have utmost respect for everything involved, but it doesn't click with me. I'm not going to play it. I'm a very picky gamer, and that's a problem.
Yeah,
I'm a very picky gamer. If it doesn't immediately click with me, I'm not playing. I will uninstall it. Like, I do not waste my time. Like I need to love it for me to go for it, which is a problem, but I like what I like.
Yeah, I think the only two standout things really are Deathloop, which I was already sold on anyway.
No,
and Moss.
I was sold on Deathloop at its announcement.
So like that's one thing that I'm really not enjoying with some press conferences is just trailers that have commentary over it.
Yeah.
Like I think they work well, but not in something like this. It's like because when Deathloop came on, the trailers and that it looks fantastic, and then they were like, "Yeah, we're going to walk you through the first level or whatever it was," and I was like.
So can you
I want to play this game
Yeah.
already. You don't need to do this.
No, yeah, I totally agree.
It's like I've forgotten half of the mechanics that he was explaining now anyway. What was the point?
Like, the day after, re-upload, the Deathloop trailer with the commentary.
Yeah. It's like therefore
As, like,
the
its
people
own-
that are already excited for these games.
Yeah, because then you can have it as like, because then you can't call it Deathloop trailer, because it's not a fucking trailer. It's 10 minutes of the game being walked through. So you can call it, Deathloop 10-minute walkthrough of the game, talking about it, and then like, oh, I've heard about this. Let me.
It's like when they did it with Ratchet and Clank just before release. I was more fine with that because the state of play was Ratchet and Clank focused.
Yeah.
They'd already had trailers out that were trailers.
That were just
And it was just for the people that like already pre-ordered. Like, this is your last look. Let's get ready.
You're exactly right.
And like Nintendo are guilty of this, but nowhere near as much, especially in directs. Like Sony's last state of play was, I feel like half of it was commentary trailers, and when it's a new game, that is probably the worst thing you could do, because if you have to explain everything that you're seeing,
it's not a
then
good trailer, right?
Yeah.
Because how many times have you seen a 2-minute trailer uploaded? And then, like, 2 days later, a big fan of the series is like trailer analysis, and it's like a 35-minute video because there's just that much to talk about, go into detail.
I get some indie developers probably think that's the easier way to go to get their point across and what their game actually is. And like there was that one game where it was like you're in the ship. And you fly
the
about.
one that's like Journey.
Yeah,
you're in a ship.
That one, like, if they'd have shown, I don't think there's anything they could have done in just a trailer that would have made me understand what the fuck.
That's what I mean. They showed.
So it's a bit of a hard one, really.
They showed just a trailer at the PS5 announcement state of play thingy. Remember? And it was obviously just a ship flying around a desert for like 2 minutes, and I was just like, well, what is the game? Like, is this the game?
Exactly. But where that was also the game was revealed beforehand.
Yeah,
I could understand that even more. But there's just some games that you really need to be a proper like person that's going to support it and proper like I want to play this. I want to find out more. Just upload them to a YouTube channel separately or something.
Yeah, 100%. Don't take up a spot in like a live stream.
Yeah,
like an event.
It's like
an event. That's what.
State of play in Nintendo Direct. Get it absolutely nailed when they just have game. If you like in between, there might be someone's like, "Oh, did you see that? Look at this next one." That's also fine. But when you've got people talking during trailers and stuff,
this unrelated producer who's working on something else.
Yeah, just
which we're also not showing, but he's just talking about it. Like I'm just like. Why do I care?
Yeah, it's like the Nintendo E3 Direct when Sakurai was like, that was the trailer for Kazuya in Smash.
Yeah.
There'll be more details out in another video where I'm going to show off bits, and I was like, that's how you do it. And that is exactly how you do it.
You say, well, yeah, you do that every time, every single time.
Just that was the trailer. Join me in this other video, and I'll explain more. That's how it should be done. But that's just me. Some people enjoy it. Some people.
Yeah.
And then there's me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's really not much else. But Deathloop just
it looks so
good. But I already knew it looked so good.
Yeah.
But it just kept going on and on.
You know what I mean? And then just like going on and on, but not showing us anything new.
Yeah, that's
like,
exactly what I was saying in the stream.
Looked all say, this is what I've seen. and it looks amazing. I can't wait to give it now. I can't wait for it. But you don't need to show me it again.
Yeah.
It looks just as amazing as it did the first time.
If there is going to be any more coverage on bloody Deathloop, then
make it something else. Give it like
either make it new or don't do it.
Which also kind of worries me because I had a feeling like the game was going to be pretty much just this, like just straightforward, like probably like an 8 to 10 hour experience, like short and sweet, just blowing shit up, very fast paced, and that's fine. But obviously, for a lot of other people who are like really, really hate short games, no matter what it is, like they just want their games to be long. So I feel like it's a sign that this is all the game is, and obviously for me that's fine, but I don't want it to hurt its impact on like the casuals, basically.
Yeah, it's like I could probably be put into the casuals bit. Well, I downloaded Hyrule Warriors demo on Switch, the new one, or the newest one that's out, and I was like, right, I'm enjoying this gameplay. This is fun. I played an hour of it. I was like, I don't want to buy the full thing because if this is just going to be it, I'll just keep playing the demo. But for something like Deathloop, if it is just like all the mechanics are there from the get-go, just learn how to use them effectively, that's fine. I can do that for like 8 hours.
Yeah,
if there's an alright story as well, even better. But something like Hyrule Warriors, it was just the same thing, just slash everyone.
Yeah, and obviously with Deathloop, it's the same thing, but like it's literally it's a time loop game slash story. Like when you die, you can like come back and like you go, oh, if I get there 5 minutes quicker, he might have not left the room, and I can kill him before anyone sees him.
It's experimenting. Like that, there's so like watching the latest bit.
It's a huge sandbox of fun. Yeah, like literally.
There's like it's literally here's a situation. Try something. If it don't work, do it a different way.
100%. Yeah.
It just looks great. It's like having a rewind feature on like an old game.
Yeah.
It's a sin, but it's great.
Yeah. I don't know if you've played any of the newer Hitman games, but they're exactly like that. Like you just you pick your level, and it's like just this huge area, like literally, like it feels like real life. It's so like intricately and realistically designed and put together, while also still feeling like a video game. Like it's mad. It's so well done. But you just plopped in. It's like, right, kill this dude, this dude, this dude, go. And, and you just have to like just explore, learn, the level, and kill him. You're like, oh, that took me 3 hours, but now that I know how to do it, I could do it in 20 minutes and get a really good score. Or just like there's a million different ways to execute every single level, and like that's what I'm really excited about with Deathloop, because I love like going back to things I've already done and doing it completely differently. Like making the same thing new. That's fun.
It's like I like linearity in games probably more than most. But like the best example of this I can think of is like with Mirror's Edge. Like Mirror's Edge is a fucking great game, but it's like every time you play it, it's the same. Like if something's red, you jump on it.
It's a very much like set path. You can't like. There's not even like another way you can go.
Which is why I think Mirror's Edge Catalyst wasn't as bad as people were saying, because you can like a lot of the time you get given a task. It's like, oh, throw it this way, and it's like, you go wherever you want. You climb on what you like.
There's like three different pathways to take that result in different rewards and challenges. Yeah,
it's pretty much just like get something from A to B. And do it how you want to do it. It's a like openish world sort of thing, rather than just like specifically designed levels. And the flow of the game just worked really well. So I like Catalyst.
Yeah, me. No, I haven't tried it at all. It's on Game Pass, so I need to.
I think I got it free on PlayStation Plus like 8 years ago.
Yeah, I think Kane did too.
So yeah, but it's great. I didn't finish it.
It's a shame that
it was good.
It kind of stacked it, because like I have a feeling it probably kind of killed the series.
Yeah,
and that's obviously EA's fault for going in like the open world direction or whatever people don't like about it, because I haven't played it.
I'm really struggling to see. I think people did like it because it was just it's a free running game. You just jump into it and it tells you what to do. You just do it. I don't think people. I think they're all like scared of just being told to do it yourself and figure it out on your own. Like they're just not. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I don't honestly see a problem with it. I think it's quite different, but it's still Mirror's Edge.
Well, more power to you for enjoying it, right?
Yeah, I got enjoyment out of it. It was I got it for free because people didn't like it. So
Yeah.
I'm the winner here.
Yeah, no. You know, I played Sonic Forces for free, so...
Good.
Yeah, I mean, good. I think you'd hit me if I told you to pay for it.
Yeah, so state of play, it was alright.
Yeah, it was
Pretty much
okay. Like, I'm really glad that PlayStation are like pushing the indies and the third parties and stuff, because they're just chucking money at everyone. Just like make us a good game, bro. Make us a good game.
I'm just glad we didn't see fucking Among Us again.
Yeah.
I literally.
No, wait,
like,
we didn't we?
I don't think we did. I think that it was at E3. I knew that because Xbox showed it off.
That's where I saw it.
Yeah,
it's like now on Xbox. I'm just like, why?
It's like, Sony showed it off of their last state of play, the Ratchet and Clank one, and it was literally just a minute of, we're getting it soon. And I literally thought, because it's the viral game of this year and all that sort of thing, I thought they were going to push it in this one as well.
Yeah.
But they didn't, and I'm surprised in a positive way that they were showing mostly new stuff or stuff that we haven't seen in a while.
I'm really glad for the Among Us guys, because it's like it's 3 people just making a game they really wanted to make, and it's gone so huge, and it's like it's so loved by so many people, and that's great. It's not really my thing. I played it a few times and it's fun. I imagine it's like if you get a big group of friends together, it could be really fun.
Yeah, I've played it with quite like big groups sometimes, and yeah, it is great, but it's not something that I like.
Not really a console.
Yeah, I mean, I've played it on my Switch, but that was because the Switch is portable, and I was like sat on a Discord call in the office, and we was all playing it, and it was portable.
Yeah.
I can't really see many people jumping in a party like, what do you fancy playing? And they're like, Among Us. And especially, I don't see why people play it in random lobbies.
No, that would just be a bit point, like in doing like the text.
Yeah, just
like playing it on your own. That'd be a bit.
Yeah, I'm good at Among Us. But yeah, so it sucked, but
yeah, it wasn't
that bad.
It wasn't the best.
It was the best for the
Seafood
worst.
really good, even though that's been delayed to 2022 now.
Sad times.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what else have we had this week?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing has happened.
It has been a very dead week, to be honest.
Yeah, there's not really been.
That's why there's just so many rumours and stuff going around at the moment, because everyone's just making shit up because there's nothing to talk about.
The only other thing that I know is happening that I'm very, very much in with is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is getting an update on Thursday.
Okay, like a system update or like a
proper like content update.
Okay, cool.
So basically, because you're not too into how Cold War works, so we get seasons as every fucking live service game does now. Yeah. And we're currently on season 4, so that started like 30 odd days ago.
Wow.
And we got when it dropped, we got like new multiplayer maps, a couple new guns, new battle pass, and just standard stuff like that. But in the middle of the season, they do a thing called the Season Reloaded, and they drop like maybe another map, another gun, just little bits to tide us over to the next season. However, because they felt like it, I guess, they're dropping a zombies map with Season 4.
Oh wow!
Reloaded.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been delayed for so long, and it's taken so long to come out, and I've been I think it's been like 5 months since the last one, which is crazy.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I mean we've had like the outbreak mode, like the open world thing.
Yeah.
But I've just been waiting so long for another round based.
Well, you think that'd be the easiest thing to add maps for, right?
Exactly, but I don't know. I don't know what's taken them so long. But to be honest, if it takes them a while, pandemic's still happening, whatever.
Exactly.
But we're getting it now, so
the more time, the better, unless it's cyberpunk. But it was only in development for like 2 years, which is funny because they announced it like 12 years ago. But that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, that's a topic I would never want to cover.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah,
I don't have the heart in me.
I do not have the willpower to go on about Cyberpunk any longer.
But yeah, I did a couple of videos about the new map on my second channel. Yeah, and they've done very well.
Good.
Go me. But
flex.
just I've got a second channel, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that channel's zombies related, so that's why I post stuff like that. But I'm big on zombies. It's sort of I was into gaming a lot when I was younger, but I think the one thing that kept me buying consoles and stuff was the fact that I just could not stop playing zombies. Like I stuck out until Black Ops 4 from like the end of Black Ops 1's life, and then Black Ops 4 Season Pass just killed me. I could not like play it. I just grew out, and then Cold War came out, and now I'm back into it, and now I'm hyped as fuck.
Yeah, no, that's good. I feel like when you're really into something like that, sometimes you need to take like a year off.
Yeah.
Maybe longer. You're just like, because you're just gonna burn yourself out otherwise. Because like, when you look at Call of Duty, the quality decline was very clear. Like until recent memory.
I mean, looking back, I do really like Black Ops 4's attempt at zombies because they changed so much and refined everything, but people didn't like it. I did, but I just didn't like the maps that were coming out, and I just kind of gave up. And the whole game in itself was just fucked beyond belief.
Yeah, no, I've heard nothing but basically bad things.
Yeah, it was rushed, and development fucking things that they choices and stuff just led it down a bad path. But you know, we've got Cold War now, so.
Because Treyarch didn't do 4, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, they did?
They had Raven Software come in and help there as well with their Battle Royale mode, because they scrapped the campaign halfway through the development to make Battle Royale.
Yeah.
But the whole game it looks ugly, it's a clunky.
Yeah?
It's,
Wow.
Like, you look at a Black Ops 4 zombies map, and then you look at a Black Ops 3 zombies map, and you'd think they're the other way around, because Black Ops 3 looks so much better, and it came like 3 years before it. It's crazy.
That's really weird.
It's mad. Being a zombies fan is like
wild.
Yeah. But yeah, new map, Toten, 2 days time from the recording of this. I think there might be a free trial if you can stomach the download.
Maybe.
But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to playing that.
You're gonna be streaming it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Of course.
I'll definitely check that out.
Yeah, I think I've actually got something I need to do on the day, which is annoying. But I think I might give it a go in the morning, and then when I've got the free time in like midday sort of time, then I'll jump on and we'll do stuff. I guess. I mean, the last live stream I did for zombies, we managed to crack the Easter egg on our first time jumping in. So I don't know. We'll try and figure stuff out, and we'll have a good time. Could be banging. So yeah, there's fuck all else.
There's
happened.
nothing else.
It's such a dry week.
It has been a very dry week,
and we don't even have Kappa here to like.
No, Kappa.
think
Kappa hasn't got.
We've got less manpower this week. But yeah.
He has he's self-isolating.
Yeah, he's not dead or anything. He just it's not he couldn't be asked. He's not allowed. His phone told him no.
Yeah, the government were like, nah, bro.
You're grounded.
Yeah, you're grounded for 5 days all of a sudden.
But yeah, so the other thing that I was thinking, right? So I mentioned that I've been playing back through the Insane trilogy.
Yes.
And it's just got me thinking about how fucking good these retro remasters are, and what else we could possibly see.
Oh, and like.
So, obviously the Insane trilogy started off this like little trend, and those games when they came out with just having them remastered, it was the best thing I could have asked for.
Yeah.
But going back and playing it now, after playing Crash 4, damn, it's clunky.
You think?
Yeah, especially Crash 2. Like, I don't know if it's just the levels that I'm trying to do the time trials for, but there's so many like little glitches and control issues I'm having. Like,
it's definitely like I feel like the collision detection is always a bit off.
Just Crash's hitbox being a lot rounder it never sat right with me anyway. But
I'm just like sometimes like I definitely made that jump.
Yeah. Oh, especially in like Crash 1, some of the stages is like how
it just it's because Crash just falls like a sack of bricks. Now.
Yeah, it's
like and across all
crazy.
3 games, it's like weird to get used to.
But yeah, so we've got the Insane trilogy, and then since then we've had Spyro, CTR, we've had Medieval, Tony Hawk, and this retro remaster trend. Yeah, SpongeBob even got it.
Battle for the Bikini Bottom, which I even bought. I didn't finish, but
I've still not bought it.
I
never really played the original.
It's really good.
Yeah, I've been meaning to.
It's
And every time I see it
really
on sale, I
pretty.
just don't buy it.
No, I got it literally the day after it came out. Because I had money and I was like, I don't have anything new to play. This just came out. Fuck it. And yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
I've heard the Switch version's shit.
Probably AIDS.
Yeah.
But
Apparently it's on phones now. Apparently it runs better on phones than fucking the
oh
Switch.
my god, I would not
So,
be surprised though.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to have that one on the PS4 Pro.
Yeah, I would. What would I love to see? Simpsons Hit and Run.
Definitely. I mean, if before Battle for Bikini Bottom happened, I'd be like, nah, it's a licensed game. They wouldn't do it. But Battle for Bikini Bottom happened.
Yeah.
Like the Simpsons Hit and Run is probably more highly regarded than that game.
Oh man, like it's like a staple of that generation of gaming. Like, I love the game, even though I will have to say it's technically not very good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like, I loved it, and I didn't see a flaw with it until literally the beginning of this year when I went back to it, and I was like,
me too.
This game is so charming and brilliant, but I'm bored.
Yeah, it's like, it's not bored, it's just like, it's a little bit too fucking brutal sometimes. Well, just like, that's why when I see a lot of people playing on PC, almost everyone has the like no time limit mod, just because it makes the game so much like more fun. Oh my god,
it is the balancing on some of the missions.
Yeah, it's just stressful. But like, I feel that's why I think like a remake and like really focusing on quality of life improvements would make that.
Fun fact: the only time I've ever thrown and broken a controller was playing that game.
Oh my god, Andrew!
I've never been a big like. Rager.
I do not rage. If I'm annoyed, I turn the game off and I come back to it. Like,
but there was just one time where I remember for a week straight I was stuck on one mission, and
it just got to you. It just
was not having any of my shit, and I just launched the controller. I got very lucky. I had the PS2 Slim. The console went with the controller.
Oh no!
But it survived. I would say it's still running to this day, but it broke this year. Oh. Rest in peace, my childhood PS2.
Oh, Andrew. No, all
I'll
mine.
fix it one day.
All mine are still alive as it stands.
It's annoying because I've never really had a console die on me, except my first PS3. That was the family PS3. Got the yellow light. Yeah. But other than that, no. And then this year, my PS2 disc drive stopped working, and my PSP disc drive has stopped working.
Oh.
So,
big shame. Fair, my PS4 disc drive doesn't work. So I guess she's half dead as it stands.
Is it hanging in there?
She is. Oh, my poor thing. She's served me so well. That PS4, she was rarely even turned off for like 4 years. Like,
I could tell.
Yeah, I know you could tell.
I had to open it up and clean it. To be fair, yours wasn't too bad. I was expecting a lot worse.
It's because I clean out the sides myself.
Yeah.
Always.
Got to keep them in check.
Once or twice a year.
But yeah, cleaning consoles is definitely a hit or miss.
Yeah, it's a
with
mission.
Hygiene.
So I get you to do it for me.
I've had like dog hairs and stuff.
Dude, I don't even want to know what was inside Ali's. Shout out to Ali, by the way, drummer of best band ever. My band, Flamed Out. But I wouldn't even want to know what was inside his PS4. Like
his firstborn.
I'd go to Ali's, like knock on his door, he'd come out, we'd go out, do something like all day, and then we'd come back to his, and his PS4 would be on, like not in rest mode, like on. And, and it's like you just like left, you didn't turn it off.
When I see that, I just like it
but
annoys
the waste
me.
of electricity for one.
Yeah.
Let alone like the potential overheating and just like you're wasting the console life.
Yeah. It's like my PS4 Pro, I've gone into like the settings for rest mode and I've literally turned off internet connection, suspended apps and USB power so that it's using the least amount of power it can, and still if I watch YouTube at night, fall asleep and then see that it's in rest mode in the morning, I'm like I'm like that's been on rest mode all night.
Yeah.
So when I just like see people that just leave their console on, I'm like, how can you do this? Like, it just brings the life of the console down so much if you just leave it on.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, before I start crying.
Yeah. Get a bit
so
emotional.
retro remasters. So there's sort of trend as most of them have been like PS1 remakes.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo just don't want to fucking remake anything; they'll just re-release it.
Yeah, with no updates.
And there wasn't really much like Sega have just been pumping out the same games.
The same
last,
Mega
like,
Drive,
10
the same
years.
20 Mega Drive games
Yeah.
for the past 10
And
years.
Microsoft haven't really got a very good library of old games that they can do themselves.
A Blink's The Time Sweeper remake, I would love to see, because the second one's a bit meh, but the first one, there's so much potential in there. The control was really good. And it's just such a weird game. There's just nothing else like it. I don't know if you've ever played it before.
I have not.
But it's like £6 on the Xbox Marketplace. It goes on sale all the time. If it's like £2-3, give it a shot. It's really cool.
I'm very surprised that they never remade Psychonauts, to be honest.
Yeah, that always seemed like especially with the sequel coming out.
Yeah.
That seems like a no-brainer.
But yeah, so there's not really much I can think of. Like, they've done Halo to fucking death. I swear, like, Halo 1's been remastered like twice now.
Yeah.
So, but
Sonic Adventure, I would love to see.
We've been waiting, and we're going to keep waiting.
Yeah, no. Well, as it stands, it's like rumour, but kind of confirmed rumour.
Yeah, I did hear that as
about
well.
the remakes were in development and then cancelled, which kind of sucks. But they were obviously.
I feel like they'll be picked up again.
They have to.
Look
right?
at if Metroid Dread can get revived.
Yeah,
the Sonic Adventure can come back.
Yeah. I don't want Sonic Adventure 3.
No,
I don't want that. Like, I want them to do new things because Sonic Adventure 1 is awesome. Besides Big the Cat, that sucks. But all the other characters are great to play as. Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic and Shadow are great. The rest of it kind of sucks ass again.
I'll stand by Sonic Adventure 2 for the rest of my life.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're a Sonic Adventure 2 defender.
I think one of my favourite endings of all games is Adventure Battle 2.
No, dude, I do love it. I love it in my heart just as much as Adventure 1, but on like a gaming critical view, like, I don't like it. But I'll always play it. I happily play it all the time. It's one of my childhood games, obviously, because I love Sonic. But yeah, the story, even with all the plot holes and everything, like, I love it. But
the Chow Garden.
Yeah, the Chow Garden, man. Imagine the Chow Garden on PS5.
I remember, right. This is like when Nintendo was doing cool stuff. I remember my cousin had the GameCube version of Adventure Battle 2.
Adventure 2 Battle.
Whatever.
God,
I've called it Adventure Battle 2 all my life.
Well, stop doing that.
But yeah, Adventure 2.
Yeah.
He had the GameCube version, and I had the Game Boy Advance with the link cable, and I think it was Sonic Advance.
Yeah.
And you link the two together, and you could put chows between them, and it was like you play little mini games. It was like the best.
It's like, as a child, it's like mind blowing.
It's like I didn't have a GameCube; I just had my Game Boy, and I was like, I'll go over to him, and I can play with his chows.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool. But yeah, no, Adventure 1 and 2, just do it. Like, if Crash can get all three of his masterful games on PS4 for £35, come on.
Yeah, and then Spyro as well, and Tony Hawk, Medieval.
Come on, like,
yeah, like, come
Sega.
On. Give us.
No, we've got Sonic Colors that looks really bad.
It looks better than it did at first, but it still looks a bit weird.
Yeah, for a 2021.
I'm hoping
remaster.
it just looks better in person, because now I have my Wii. I can go back and play Colors again and be disappointed with how mediocre it is in comparison to Generations.
I mean, to be fair, as long as they make the game better and the gameplay and all that, the graphics shouldn't matter too much. But for the fact that they're happily showing off a remaster.
That arguably looks a little bit worse in aspects, yeah.
It's just a bit worrying.
But yeah.
So.
Other than that, like Sly Cooper.
I knew you'd mention Sly.
Yeah.
I knew immediately when I thought about this that you would mention Sly. But, I mean, Sly's had some like PS3 remasters and stuff.
Yeah, obviously had the HD trilogy. But we need that on the PlayStation Store, because I'm not fucking streaming it.
Because they've got some of the Sly games, haven't they, on the PS4 store?
It's on PS Now. Yeah, not on the store, yeah.
Because I know they're doing some like PS2 classics, but I didn't realise.
No, they have Jack and Daxter, Destroy Humans, Bully, Manhunt.
And like all the
Dark
Star Wars
Cloud.
games.
Yeah,
except the good ones.
A few Star Wars games. But yeah, no Ratchet and Clank or original Devil May Cry or
I try and understand Sony sometimes. I really do. But...
Yeah, no, it's just it's annoying because like they don't want to do backwards compatibility, so put it on the store. Like it's just a fucking file you've got to upload, bro.
Yeah.
Stop being a dick.
I mean, they've got N64, GameCube, and Wii emulators that work on Switch.
Yeah.
You can literally bring any of your games to the Switch.
Yeah, I know.
For nothing.
It's like Turok's on the Switch now, isn't it? Like the original. But like, that's an N64 game.
Yeah.
They can do
Doom
it.
64.
Yeah, well, yeah, and Doom 64 as well.
Like it literally can be done. So just don't rely on the publishers to put their stuff.
Well, I mean, the funniest thing is like everyone's always like, "Oh, we want N64 games on Switch." And it's like, yeah, you get like 3 because all the other good ones were made by Rare.
Yeah. I mean, there's a bit of a problem, but GameCube.
But yeah, GameCube, Wii.
GameCube first party support. Like most good GameCube games were first party. Just re-release them for fuck's sake. I know you're going to overcharge if you do that, but I'd rather have them on there.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, I will happily pay 30, 40 quid for a Sly Cooper collection again. I've done that like 3 times in my life. You know how many copies of Sly 2 Band of Thieves I've bought for the PS2 since I was like 5? Like, don't even come for me. I'll buy it again. Like, I don't mind paying for it. I'll happily pay for it to play it legally, just so I can play it on my console rather than, digging out, getting a PC and learning how to emulate or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, I will happily pay to have everything in one place,
Exactly.
Because then it's worth it. Like,
it's like having the whole of the PS4 library on the PS5 was a fucking great move. Mm-hmm. But
if we had PS1, 2, and 3 as well, like,
yeah,
where's obviously in this, like, I know they say like obviously the PS3 is like a weird system, and like
I've always understood the fact that it's probably not easy at all for the PS3.
Fans have now figured out how to emulate PS3 on PC.
Yeah.
So Sony,
come on. Just come
on.
I mean, maybe like when the PS6 is coming around, maybe the cell like chip would be easy to just implement in.
If Xbox can walk out and be like, yeah, original Xbox discs now work on your Xbox One. Like, come on, anything is possible.
See, Microsoft did it in a weird way though, didn't they? Because they you have to insert the disc and then it downloads the whole game, and I don't know. I mean, it's better versions really of those games. But that is still a good way of doing it. And
I'll happily do it because then you can just then you don't have to worry of this brand new powerful disc destroying your PlayStation 1 game or something. You can just pop it in and take it back out while it downloads.
Yeah.
And then your physical game still has a use on your old console. Yeah, it's
even if with PS5, even if they don't support physical, I don't really care. I collect the stuff anyway.
Yeah.
But just I want to play PS. Why did you bring PS2 games to the PS4 and not PS1 games?
Yeah.
And at that, you didn't bring many PS2 games.
10. Literally a handful.
It's no sense. Rockstar were bringing their fucking games to anything, including Samsung fridges anyway.
Yeah.
And then you got the couple of Star Wars games that are also scattered about on the Xbox and the Switch, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I
want to play old games. Old games are still good.
Yeah,
they were good
all
then.
love old
They're good
games.
now. It's like being who would want to watch a movie from the 80s? It's like fucking everyone. It's a movie.
Exactly.
Time doesn't it might be it's not as obviously it doesn't look as good now because it's 30 years old, but it's still good for what it is.
Exactly.
And that's why people still want to enjoy it.
These companies just they capitalise on nostalgia in the wrong way.
Yeah.
All the time. I love the Reignited trilogy, but sometimes I do just be like, right, I want to go and play the original Spyro 3.
Yeah? Well, I mean, obviously, the purpose of a remake should, make the original pointless, right?
Yeah.
But if the original is still better or worth playing, the remake's kind of failed, hasn't it?
I think in my case, it's just nostalgia.
Yeah.
It's those are the graphics that I grew up with.
Yeah, so you like the look of it.
And, there's a console, so just...
And, it's funnier Like I meant like that bird thing that's on about Romeo.
Oh,
like it's so funny in the original, and it's like just butchered in the remake.
But like just re-release old stuff. It's
Yeah,
surely not
seriously.
that hard. That is it. That's the whole thing. Just release it.
That's what you want with the PS2 games on PS4/PS5. They're just the ROMs. They're just the completely untouched raw PS2 games.
Exactly.
And that's fine. Give us them all. Give us them all. Give us them all.
I understand that maybe like Sony were put off doing this sort of thing when they bought the PS3 out and they had like all the PS2 hardware in it as well, and it made it fucking expensive. Well, I kind of get that, but you could also run PS2 games on a PS3 digitally without having that stuff inside it.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do it on the PS4. If you can do it with the PS2, you can do it with the PS1.
Yeah. Yeah. Even more so, like PS1 games, you could run on a fridge. I'm sure. Like, they're like they were like optimized. Like that console was like really, really well optimized as far as I know. Like the Crash Bandicoot 1 disc, like something like 30% of it is just like a meme or something. Like if you look it up, like 30% of the Crash Bandicoot 1 data disc is complete nonsense.
All right.
Just because the game was too small. Like and that's just how like great that hardware is and how well they used it. So yeah, you can fucking put you telling me you can't run that on that? Like come on.
Yeah.
You know?
And even if like if they were to just focus on getting PS3 running on a new PlayStation, they don't have to worry about one or two because PS3 can run both.
Exactly.
So they killed three birds with one stone.
Exactly. Like if you go on PS now, almost like 90% of the library is PS3 games. I'm not fucking streaming them.
No,
for one.
But streaming PS1 and 2 games, they're easier to stream.
Yeah.
And especially in like a couple of years' time, if PS Now does have a big home on PS5, put PS1 titles on there. Put more
Why
PS2
are they
titles.
not on there?
Exactly. Or just have a different streaming service for retro stuff.
It's just like you look at Microsoft and they're like, oh, they have Game Pass and they have original Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and Xbox Series games on there. Like, not a lot of original Xbox games, granted, but they're on there. If you try, and there's loads on this store to purchase anyway.
Exactly.
And then Sony are just like, they look at how well that's doing and they don't want a piece of it. I don't understand.
Yeah, they were so proud of their legacy up until PS4, and I get that PS3 was a dent, but like, the PS2 was the best-selling console of all time, and you've put like 10 games on the PS4 store.
Yeah, like,
but I mean, remasters though, I'm always happy to the idea of.
Yeah, no, I like remakes of movies. I'm not really on. Like, I'm not really there for. But games,
biggest.
Yes,
games should be remade if they're popular enough most of the time. Like, fucking the Resident Evil remakes, Final Fantasy VII. They're remakes, but they are basically new games, and they are amazing.
Like,
and then you've got Medieval. It is the old game, but modernised and looking better than ever, and it's great, and new people are loving it. Crash and Spyro did the same thing. Tony Hawk. Well, everyone still loves Tony Hawk to this day because they still love skate and stuff like that.
And it's Tony Hawk.
And like just having the original two games, people are going to be like, oh, I remember those. Let's go for it.
I'll give that a go. And obviously they're always cheaper as well because they're old games.
But you know, Patapon 1 and 2 both got remastered. I was happy with that, but the third one didn't. I will never stop crying about it. That is my favourite of the trilogy. They need to hurry up.
That's just annoying when they do that.
But I feel like they did, like with Patapon, it was an obscure franchise anyway, so I was not expecting a remaster. And when they did, they didn't advertise it or anything, and it died. Like no one knows it's there.
Did they just like shadow drop it?
Yeah, it's just like you find it on the store, and it's like, oh, when was this released? It's like, oh, this morning. Oh, this is the first I've seen of it. But yeah, they just, even when they do remasters and stuff, they just don't like try. They just like it gets done. And then people that know about it and were hardcore fans will go and buy it, and that's it. It doesn't get any new reach. So we need to get hired.
Yeah, I think we do.
Sony, come on, we are what you need.
We are just your entire fan base.
Like, I've never loved any console more than the PS1, and all I want is to see a PS5 run PS1. That is it. That's all I want to see.
I imagine if like it's like they pull the Microsoft one day, and like Sony walk out and they're like, yeah, every single PS1 game it's on the store. Go have fun,
Mate.
and they're all like £3 each.
Yeah,
like,
just having the PS3. Like the PS3 had only a selection of PS1, but it had everything you needed.
a fucking huge selection.
£4 each.
Yeah, man.
Fuck.
And they're still there. Like,
yeah.
Which is so annoying.
And it's even more annoying for the fact that you can't access the PS3 store on the web browser anymore, and there's no section anymore for the PS1 Classic, so I can't find them.
No, so
they're hiding everything.
It's like, oh, I wonder if that game's on PS3. You have to boot up your PS3 and look. You can't just
literally. You have to go on there, and same with the Vita. There's literally, I think the only store tabs on both of those consoles now are
PS4
games and here's like the best sellers, and it's all Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So yeah, even FIFA's still coming out from. I think is the new one?
Yeah,
on PS3.
FIFA 22. No.
I don't know. Just
It's
the
on
fact
PS4
that the fact that FIFA 14 is on PS2 is just my favourite.
Yeah. or Just Dance 2019 was on the Wii.
No, 2020.
Was it 2020?
Yeah, 2019 was on the Wii U and not the Wii, and then 2020 was on the Wii and not the Wii U.
Oh, that's really funny.
Yeah, it's great, but yeah. So just either remaster everything or just release everything.
Yeah, no, seriously, just put it all on there because there's nothing stopping.
Like, it's just Castlevania Symphony of the Night. In Britain, if you want a copy of that game, you need at least £300 to buy one. Or you can go on the PS3 store and get it for £4.
Yeah, or it's on the PS4 now as well. But
is it?
Yeah.
Is that through like some other collection or something? Though,
it's a combo pack.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're not buying just Symphony of the Night technically.
And I know that like publishers try and preserve some of their older games themselves with stuff like that, but like, there's some games that are just
like my PS3 is going to die. My PS3 is going to die one day.
Yeah.
Like full of expensive PS1 and PS2 games.
Yeah. And like you look at like NESs.
Yeah.
Most NESs these days are either completely fucked or they've been refurbished.
Yeah.
And like, a lot of those games are preserved through like virtual consoles and like the Wii and that. But there are a lot that are rare, and they keep going up in price because there's no other way of playing them.
Yeah.
So preservation is getting to be a big yikes.
Yeah, no, it's very important because like once they're gone, man.
Yeah. It's like the Scott Pilgrim game.
Yeah.
If they didn't come back and like re-release that's gone. The Simpson arcade game, that is gone.
That is.
Unless you find a console with it on PT. PT's fucking gone. There was a update for the PS5 a week after it came out that specifically stopped you from playing PT on it.
I know. How upsetting is that?
Like, literally. I mean, one day we'll have PS4 emulators like in the future and we can play it like that, but we need to keep hold of the game files to dump them.
But thankfully, there are still thousands of people that have PT on their PS4 and they are they are not uninstalling it like their life depends on
it. I know that there's a couple of people that I've seen on Instagram that literally, as soon as PT was pulled completely, they deleted everything off their PlayStation except that, took their hard drive out, bought a new hard drive, and kept that hard drive just locked away.
That's actually kind of like beautiful, Like, I as a big like Silent Hill fan, I feel that. Like, you're just like, they're not taking this from me, no matter what.
It's just preservation, like.
And I know it's remnants of a cancelled game, so I can understand why they don't want.
But it's still history.
It's a whole way.
Yeah.
It's not hurting anyone.
And there's like there's some PS1 demos on demo discs that didn't come out in the UK but were released on UK demo discs.
Not really.
And they're there forever because they're printed on discs. Sure, a lot of people have probably thrown them out or got rid of them, whatever. But there's still some out there
people
you can go and
still
buy.
sell demo discs all the time on eBay.
Yeah. But when it comes to digital stuff, that's when it gets fucky. Yeah. I think we've rambled on
Yeah,
for
I
enough
think
this
we'll
week.
end it on that sad note.
Yeah.
Everyone, preserve your video games. Take care of them.
Don't do what I've done this week with my copy of Smash Brawl and get alcohol on it.
How do you? Oh no!
I was told I was going to a party and they were like, "Yeah, we've got a Wii here," and I was like, "Okay, I'll bring some games." And my bottle of sours leaked in my bag, and now my Smash Bros is sticky. We love it.
Brilliant. Brawl goes like 30 quid as well. So.
Oh, I bought it for like a third of that as well.
Oh really?
Oh well.
Yeah, it goes for a little bit more than that nowadays. I got it for free, courtesy of my amazing girlfriend.
Yeah. So preserve your games and
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Be nice to your parents and your pets and stuff.
Yeah. Be good boys.
Be good boys and
Don't be mean to the people that lost the Euros this week.
Nah, fuck them.
But yeah, have a good week. We'll be back next week, hopefully with one more Kappa.
Yeah, hopefully Kappa doesn't die. You know.
We cancel this next week's episode because we're attending Kappa's funeral.
We're going to look at his corpse in the morgue.
Yeah. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you again.
Guys. See you later, gang.